Laura Prepon is no stranger to sharing her wisdom both on screen and off. She is now setting her sights on helping us prep our meals in a fun, easy, and attainable way with her latest venture, Prepon Kitchen. And Laura is with me now. Laura, it's so good to see you. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me, Sarah. What's up?
I'm so excited for you. This is awesome that you have all this line of cookware and everything.
It's been a labor of love for a while. I mean, for years, I've had little sketches on scraps of paper and things like that. And I am so thrilled. I cannot wait for people to be using this. It's awesome.
Let's talk about some of the products.
I mean, they're all solution based. They all came from me running into things in the kitchen and then thinking to myself, there's got to be a better way to do this.
Yes.
My whole line, Prepon Kitchen, is all about making your cooking experience more attainable, easier, less stressful. I mean, especially as a working parent, I just need like ease in my life, you know, like less stress.
Also, there's like kind of like an eco-conscious part of this too, because I love the lids that you have because I save jars in all of that because I want to be able to use again whatever I have.
Yes,
but I have a whole cabinet full of jars with no lids, and it's always an argument in my house. I'm like, who's throwing the lids away?
We're really trying to do the right thing and reduce using plastic wrap in our house and things like that. So these food lids are a perfect solution for that. You can cover it. It helps with oxidation. It helps keep it fresh for longer. You can put it over those jars that you don't have lids for. So that's exactly what I'm talking about, like having a solution in our kitchen.
Yeah. And do you think that you change the way you cook after you have kids?
Yeah. I mean, since becoming a mother, my need for things to be streamlined has drastically raised. So for me, if it's not going to actually just make my day less stressful, I can't deal with it. Just go over there until I can deal with you. Right.
Yeah. I love going to your social media too, because there's also a lot of recipes on there, but what is the go-to recipe that your kids love?
It's pretty funny. They love bone broth. They love, yes. Cause ever since they were babies, as soon as my pediatrician gave me the go ahead, I was giving them bone broth in a bottle. I just think it's so nutritious.
Oh, well, you're off to a great start if your kids love bone broth with brown rice in it. I mean, we have a rule in my house. Like, I'm like, you're going to eat what we're eating. Do you subscribe to that philosophy as well, where you're not going to make extra meals for the kids?
That's a great philosophy. And it makes your life a lot easier. So, one thing that I'll do is I like to make things where parts of it can be utilized in different ways for my kids.
Yes, so that's what I do.
Yeah, I do totally do that.
When we talked last, it was for your book, You and I as Mothers. Now that the kids are getting a little older, will there be another book that's the next stage of motherhood?
There's always a lot going on in this house. We are juggling a lot. My husband and I both work full time, and having two little ones, and the world is just starting to open up again, thankfully. But it's I'm not going to write that book right now.
Good idea. How about a new cookbook? Are you working on a new cookbook?
I might have something in the works.
You might. I figured you might, Laura.
I love. I'm obsessed with cookbooks in general.
Yeah, me too.
I like obsessed. So I would love to do another cookbook. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I just love the whole, like, whenever I go to a bookstore, I always, no matter what I'm there to like look for, I always end up in the aisle with all the cookbooks. I just do.
Yeah, me too. And it's like, I have enough, but there's always room for one more, right?
There's always room for one more. There's
always room. This is a side note. You recently did a fun video on your social media about you're cleaning out your desk or something, and you're pulling out photos from previous jobs. So I got a request to ask you if you stole or were given anything from the sets of that 70s show and Orange is the New Black.
They actually had asked us, what would you like? And, we all took things that were very special to us and our characters. But yes, I have from the basement set in Eric Foreman's basement, I have the record player and all the records. And then at the ends of Orange, they gave me my glasses, my Alex Voss glasses. And some tattoos that Alex wore a lot, because all those were custom made and they were makeup, so we would put them on. And also directing that show, I have a lot of great stuff from directing that show too. It was awesome.
Yeah, well, keep sharing because everyone loves to see it. Just like you said, we like to remember along with you, Laura. Prepon Kitchen is available on HSN now. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate you having me on.